Let me say something that most people are feeling but don't say out loud. The Australian dream didn't die overnight. It was not taken from me for one dramatic policy announcement. It was dismantled slowly, one cost of living increase at a time, one interest rate hold at a time, one temporary measure at a time, until an entire generation looked up and realized the path their parents followed no longer exists. And the people responsible for that collapse are the same people telling you to be patient. The numbers nobody wants to say plainly. A single income used to buy a house in this country, not a mansion, a modest 3-bedroom house on a standard wage, paid off over a working life. That arithmetic is gone. It's not strained. It is not difficult. It's mathematically impossible. In most of the country's major cities, on a medium income, and everyone in Canberra knows it. Rents have outpaced wage growth years running. Grocery bills have become a monthly source of genuine anxiety for working families. Energy bills arrive like a threat, and the response from the people meant to be managing this economy has been a rotating cost of subsidies, rebates, and one-off payments. Band-aids applied to a wound that keeps reopening because nobody in the power wants to admit what's actually causing it. Why struggle is politically useful. Here's the part that requires you to sit with some discomfort. A population that is stretched, tired, and financially stressed is a population that has no time left to ask hard questions. When you're working to cover the rent, covering for school shoes, covering the petrol to get to work, you do not have the bandwidth to scrutinize how billions in public money get allocated, or why housing supply has been artificially constrained for over a decade through approval bottlenecks that never seem to get fixed. Struggle keeps people focused downward and inward. It does not keep them focused upward on the decisions being made above them. This is not a conspiracy theory. It is simply what happens predictably in any system where the people managing the economy are not living inside the consequences. The generation being asked to accept less. Younger Australians are being told gently and repeatedly to adjust their expectations, rent for longer, live with parents longer, expect less space, less certainty, less of the stability their parents had at the same age. Nobody frames it as a decline. It gets framed as changing lifestyle preferences or a different relationship with home ownership. That language exists to make managed decline sound like a choice. It is not a choice when the math simply does not work. What this actually means for you. If you're working hard, doing everything you were told to build a secure life, and still feeling like you're falling behind, you are not imagining it, and you are not failing. You are operating inside a system that has structurally shifted the ground beneath you without ever admitting it did. The question is not whether it is difficult. It plainly is. The question is what you do with the years you have to build something of value, rather than waiting for the system to fix itself. Somewhere the ground isn't shifting. Dubai's growth story is a mirror image of what's happening here. A government actively building supply instead of restricting it. Zero income tax, zero capital gains tax, a currency and regulatory environment designed to attract capital and stability, not slowly erode it. It is not a fantasy escape. It's a rational reallocation of capital toward a market built on growth rather than one managing decline. I'm Jay from Harmony Heights. If you're tired of being told to adjust your expectations, let's have a real conversation about what building wealth actually looks like when you're not fighting against the system the whole way. Thank you.